Gaur Das Babaji Maharaj, one time, somebody who was living here in Vrindavan doing bhajan came to Srila Gaur Das Babaji Maharaj, and he told him that I have just bought a nice property in Vrindavan. And Gaur Das Babaji understood his consciousness. And he became very strong with this person. In fact, he chastised him. He said, "Who are you to think you could buy property in Vrindavan? What kind of wealth do you think you have that you could buy property in Vrindavan? According to the saints and according to the scriptures, one single grain of dust in Vrindavan, it is Chintamani. It is transcendental jewel. All the wealth in all this world, in all the heavenly planets, in all the creation, is not enough to purchase a single grain of dust from Vrindavan." And you're thinking you just bought an acre of land? You are in illusion. This is Krishna's abode. You are not the proprietor. What a grand illusion. You have a deed with a contract and a land and a stamp by the government, and you say, "I am the proprietor." Sri Radharani is Vrindavaneshwari. She's the queen of Vrindavan. Every molecular particle is her property. And it has infinite value because it is her property. So on a superficial material level, we could think like this. I was just reading about when Srila Prabhupada got the land for the Krishna Balaram temple. Somebody was actually going to donate this land. Srila Prabhupada, he wanted a wonderful place in Vrindavan where people could come from all over the world to actually experience the bhakti here. The blessings here in Vrindavan are infinite. Every grain of dust, every tree, every particle is saturated with the love and the devotion of all the great acharyas who have done their bhajan here. And Shri Radha Krishna, on a spiritual platform, are eternally performing their pastimes here. Wherever we perform our devotion, the results or the benefits are multiplied many times over in Vrindavan. And when we are in Vrindavan in the month of Kartik, those benefits are thousands of times even more. So to be here in the holiest place, at the holiest time, with so many holy people, is such a blessing. Srila Prabhupada, he lived in Vrindavan at the Radha Damodar temple for over 6 years. And his plan, he was feeling, he was experiencing, he was reciprocating with Krishna's and Radharani's grace here. And his dream was to bring people from all over the world to get the blessings, the grace, and be purified here. So he left Vrindavan, and he went to Mumbai, then to Calcutta, then the Jaladuta, to New York. And in 1970, he brought a group of his devotees back to India. He was traveling to various places. In December of 1971, November actually, he came with about 30 or 40 of his devotees to Vrindavan. First time in the history of the world, as far as I know, that any group of foreigners have ever come to Vrindavan. And the Brijabasis were astounded. They were not just a group of foreigners, but everyone, the ladies, everyone had tilak. Everyone had japamala. Everyone had dhotis and saris. Everyone was carrying mridangas and karatals and performing kirtan and japa, and with all their hearts came to worship Radha Krishna. How the Brijabasis were happy. And I was here at that time. I was just kind of very shyly standing in the corner watching all of this with great wonder. And from the little corner I watched Yadubar Prabhu and Vishaka Devi get married in Vrindavan, presided over by Srila Prabhupada. It was beautiful. And one of my godbrothers, Nanda Kumar, was the pujari. I was sleeping on the bank of the Yamuna. They asked me, why don't you stay with us? We're all living here. But I was very attached to the bank of the Yamuna, so I said, I will come. So at about 4 in the morning, I would come, and Nanda Kumar would engage me in collecting flowers for the deities. He actually taught me how to pluck flowers from different... We would go to various places of Vrindavan and pluck little flowers from the vines to offer to Thakurji, to Shri Radharani and Krishna. During their travels, someone offered Srila Prabhupada some land. And in India, when somebody offers you land, that could mean anything. It was Kshirodakshayi Vishnu Prabhu at the time. He was actually, his origin was Indian, but Srila Prabhupada met him in London and he became a devotee. And he was a businessman. So Prabhupada sent him to try to arrange to get the land. And Srila Prabhupada was infinitely compassionate and loving and spiritually wise and totally transcendental, but also practical. And he knew that devotees have a tendency in their attempts to be transcendental, they become very impractical. Because while totally depending on Krishna, we have to honor and respect the way the world works and adjust accordingly. So this person wrote to Prabhupada, this devotee, and said, he's going to give us the land, he's going to give us the land. Prabhupada said, get the deed signed. The devotee didn't think of that, forgot about that. Okay. He went to the person, I want the deed signed. Deed? Why do you want a deed, So then it was becoming very serious. So the person said, I want to give you this land. And then when it came to the time of signing the deed, Srila Prabhupada said, I will come at that time. At that point, the person said, I don't know if Srimati Radharani wants to give you the land or not. How can I give it unless Radharani assures me that this is what she wants? Because it's not my land to give, it's Radharani's land. And I don't know. The devotee said, well, I don't know Radharani, but I know my Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. I know he really wants the land. And he wants to use it in Krishna's service. He doesn't want to claim proprietorship over it. He wants to use it to serve Vrindavan, to serve Srimati Radharani and Lord Sri Krishna. Let me think about it. And then, finally, after some days, the owner said, there's only one way to know if Radharani wants me to give this land or not. Said, I am going to take 2 pieces of paper, and I will write yes on one piece and fold it up, and write no on the other piece and fold it up, and then mix them up and put them on the altar in front of Sri Radharani's lotus feet. And then you should pick one of those. And if you pick no, then I will never in my life give you the land. And if you pick yes, I will give you the land instantly. This person was all alone. He said, I can't do that. He said, my guru told me I'm not allowed to gamble. This is gambling. So then the person said, then you will not get the land. There is no question. Either you do this or the deal is off. So he was all alone. He had no one to consult, and it had to be, she said, either do it now or never. So what? This devotee, from the core of his heart, he prayed to Prabhupada, he prayed to Srimati Radharani, please, give me the yes paper. Now put yourself in his position. Srila Prabhupada is in Calcutta or something, and he's waiting for the news, and he doesn't know what's happening here. And he's so eager to serve Radharani and Krishna here in Vrindavan. So he approached the altar. Put yourself in his body for a moment. Would you be nervous? He was trembling. He was really nervous. Oh, how he was praying. This bandhanam, this process of devotional service, he was really, really deeply stirred. Krishna, Radharani, please, Prabhupada, please. He was praying to everybody, please. And the papers looked exactly the same. And they were folded. And he lifted one. And the whole destiny of Prabhupada's movement in Vrindavan was in his hands. He opened it. On it was written, yes. Srila Prabhupada was very happy when he got the news. And he sent 2 of his most faithful, devoted, competent of his followers, Yamuna Devi and Gurudas Prabhu. He told them, you go to Vrindavan and you lead this project. So they came. They came, I believe it was in April. And actually, I think they came just about the time when this land thing was happening. But when they came to Vrindavan, it was 125 degrees Fahrenheit, which means approximately 52 degrees Celsius. It was an extremely hot summer. This is 1972. And I was here. And I remember they were living on the rooftop at Radha Damodar temple because they didn't have the land yet. I'm going to come back to that.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.